Hello everyone, Tina here. I hope you're having a fabulous day. Thank you so much for joining me. Today I'm excited to share a project with you that's going to be really easy. I'm using the Spellbinders Large Die of the Month Club Kit. It's called Food Truck. And I've never ate it on a food truck. I don't think where I live they have very good food trucks, just to be honest. Kind of scary actually. But I know in the bigger cities like Chicago, which is not too far away, I know they have some amazing food trucks. But this is super fun Large Die of the Month Club Kit, and you can create, let me show you the back. You can create this fun truck here, and it's a good size. You can see by the dies it'll fit on a landscape style card. But you get a taco, and then you also get an ice cream. So you can make an ice cream truck or a food truck. I think there's lots of videos out there with people creating with the food truck, but I want to show you what you could do with the tacos that are in this month's Die of the Month Club Kit. So with that being said, we are going to jump in and do a little bit of die cutting. So we're going to create a taco, so we need some taco colored cardstock, and I have the brown. Let me double check the brown. Brown is timber. I don't use this very often, and I'm using the brand new Poppy Field cardstock. It's the brand new red. I'm using the green is Fern, and then I have the brand new chamomile. Also, those are what we're going to use to die cut out our taco pieces. And okay, I'm going to take the taco shell and die cut that out with chamomile. I'm going to die cut out this piece, which is the lettuce, with my fern. I take that back. I'm going to die cut this out, not with my fern. I want rainforest. Let me see if I can find a smaller piece. This is my little scratch bin. I'm going to use rainforest and die cut out some. I'm going to make two tacos, so I'm going to double up whatever I'm going to die cut out. And then this piece here will cut out the, I'm assuming the ground beef or the meat. And then this has this little piece here that can be used, or even the little circle can be used as a tomato. So I'm going to die cut out this out twice also to create some tomatoes with this. Oops, let's go here. And then those are my taco pieces. I'm going to keep my green out. Again, this is fern, and we're going to do die cutting all at once to create our card. I'm going to use the POTPOURRI, Petite Floral Potpourri die set. This is a well-loved die set. It's a small but mighty. I love the flowers in here. I'm going to take these flowers and also the single leaf, and I'm going to die cut out some of the rainforest leaves and also some of the fern leaves. And then for my flowers, I'll die cut out some of the pure poppy, and also we'll die cut out some white cardstock with some white flowers with that also. And I think that will be all the, oh, you know what? And, well, I'm going to do something special. I'm going to do a little bit more die cutting, but I'm going to die cut out these first, and then I'll come back. Let me run these through the die cut machine. Okay, I have everything die cut out. I zoomed in so we could put together a taco. My taco shell is yellow, and I do want to add a little bit of, it's already golden. I want to add a little bit of brown to it. So to do that, I'm going to bring in my craft mat here. And I'm going to use my blending brush. I have Vintage Photo. I may not need it, but just in case, I brought it out. But I'm going to use the ink that's left over on my blending brush. And I'm going to add shading over the area that has the holes in it. I think that'll look nice. I'll do the same thing to this one. And I don't think I need any more ink. But I brought out my Vintage Photo just to be on the safe side. And then we have this piece here. This actually goes on this side. It should line up pretty good. You can see here, so where you could stuff your tacos in there. So that's the back piece. And do I want a little shading on here? Let's add a little shading on here as well. Just so it's not chamomile. We're gonna crispy up the chamomile. Okay. So for the most part, our taco bases are done. And now I'm going to bring in my glue. I'm going to flip this around, and first we're going to add the most prominent of our taco pieces, and that will be tomatoes. So let's add some little circles for tomatoes. These are great for the tires too. And you know, I think I need more tomatoes. So a quick and easy way to cut out tomatoes is a regular hole punch. Let me go ahead and punch out. Of course, you can run your die, you can run this through, a few times to create some more circles. But sometimes it's easier just to punch out some holes with a good old hole punch. I like lots of tomatoes on my tacos too. Okay? And voila, we have lots of tomatoes. So let's add some more. And again, this is going to be shown on the very front of our taco. So we'll flip it over, add some adhesive. And I'm going to add a little more over here too. Can overlap a couple. I'm going to put this far one over on this side. Okay, we won't need these pieces here. Now we're going to add our lettuce. Our lettuce is next, and it looks like it will curve the perfect curve of our taco. I'm going to use my tweezers here. I flipped it around and we'll add our lettuce. And then we have our meat. It looks like, and I'm kind of going by the picture, it looks like our meat is hanging out on the side that has kind of the flip on it. So let's go ahead and add our brown cardstock. We'll have that peeking out. And I'll do the same thing over here. Let's flip it around and see how it looks. Oh my gosh, that is so cute. Oh my goodness, that's adorable. I wish I could make tacos look this good. My tacos don't look that good. Okay, now I do want a little bit of dimension. So to do that and add our end piece, we're going to add some foam squares. And now adding the taco shell is kind of tricky. You may want to reposition one of your foam squares. You might want to put an extra foam square over here. And then I suggest picking up your taco, lining it up over here, and then adhering it to the back. So we have, what we're going to need to do is add more foam adhesive. If I can talk, we're going to need to add more foam adhesive on this side so everything is nice and balanced. And I'll do the same to this end. I might not go all the way to the end on that one because I'm going to tuck these two together. Okay, so our tacos are done, and I think they are making me hungry. They look so good. Okay, now we're going to put these aside, and we are going to work on our background. Let's zoom back out. Okay, I'm bringing in some lunar gray cardstock. This is brand new over at Spellbinders shop. They have some fabulous fall colors. Right now, besides this gray, they only had two gray. They actually had graphite, which was the darker gray, beautiful color. And they have silver fox, which is fabulous color too. So this is like light, it's in between these two grays, which is really nice for fall. But I saw this and I trimmed down a piece. To save time, I went ahead and embossed using my 3D embossing folder. This is the corrugated embossing folder. It kind of reminded me of that, the siding. Honestly, when I saw the tacos, I automatically thought of Chipotle, and I thought this, you know how Chipotle's walls have that corrugated metal? That's what I thought would be cute for a card. So I went ahead and embossed an A2 panel with my corrugated 3D embossing folder. Um, that's how my brain works. So there's my panel. We're going to go ahead and adhere this directly to my card base, and I'm just going to use ooh, that's a nice side too, but I'll use the loopy side. I'm going to adhere this directly to my card base, and my card base is a standard A2 size card base. My card today, we're going to go for a landscape style card, so we're going to just line this up and adhere this. So that's good to go. We'll put this with the tacos. Now I also have, I don't know if I want to use this or not. We'll put that up here. But I have a 5.5 inch by 3 inch piece of white cardstock, 5.5 inch by 3 inch pieces of rainforest cardstock. Now for this, for my sentiment, I wanted to be really playful. In our house, the Smith house, we do Taco Tuesday. And if we don't, the husband kind of freaks out. So that's what this card's going to be for him. And I thought we would spell out Taco Tuesday with the Simply Perfect alphabet die set. Now I already have my letters. And I need to make sure that my letters are lined up nice and even. So I'm going to bring in my best ever craft tape. And what I'm going to do is tape one side to my craft mat. I'm going to tape the other side to my craft mat. And I want to make sure that my tape is long enough for my panel. And then I can spell out, I'm going to first spell out Tuesday. We'll line up the top of the letter on the top of the tape. This way I know I can get it straight. And I'm starting with my Y. So we're going to spell Tuesday backwards. We'll see how good I can do this. So we need an A. And we need the D. I'm going to line that up on top. A T. Now I'm hoping I spelled it right. Help me out. I wish you could talk through the screen here. But let's double check it by flipping it around. And I already know I got my D backwards. That's probably what you're saying. Flip the D around. You guys are the best. So I will flip that D around. Okay. Now let's pick this up once more. And I'm thinking that looks pretty good. I think we're going to roll with it. So I want my Tuesday to be off to my panel. Okay, I'm going to lift carefully, and I got a little crooked, but I'm going to just work with it. I think it's going to work out fine. We're going to peel away our Tuesday, tack this back down. We're going to punch out our letters. Now there's some letters that we need to replace the inside pieces. So I'm going to keep the D and the A, put the rest aside, and then I'm going to spell out taco. Okay, we have our taco die cut, so I'm going to carefully lift this up, and for this one I'm going to need the O and the A, so I'll keep these. We can put the rest off to the side. Take out that A. And then I have my white cardstock. What we're going to do is line this up, and then I'm going to lightly tack it. I'm going to end up popping this up, of course, with foam adhesive, but I do want to add the inside pieces to my letters. Once this is tacked down, I'm going to take my letters, I'll flip them around, and then I'm going to add a little dot of glue on the inside pieces. And I want to make sure that they're still where they're supposed to go. I'll add a little bit of glue I put the O back in its home, but I didn't put glue behind the O. And then I can use my tweezers and pop out our O. Now you have all your letters that say Taco Tuesday. If you wanted to make another card, you could. And then for the A, this stayed in there, so I'm just going to add a little dot of glue. And then I can flip this around and add this here. And then I can, once it's placed, I can just lift up my A and set that aside. Okay, I have adhesive all along my Taco Tuesday. We're going to flip this around. I am going to remove all the release paper, and then we're going to put this back on our white panel, making sure that those A's and the D and the O's all line up. And then we have a dimensional Taco Tuesday. Now what we're going to do is adhere this to our card base, but I think I'm going to add that chamomile cardstock. I trimmed that into 2 1/2-inch strips, and I'm going to add just a little bit of that chamomile on the bottom so it's showing through. It's kind of a masculine card. We're going to go ahead and add adhesive behind our Taco Tuesday. I'm going to add this. So about 1 inch of that corrugated cardstock is showing on the bottom. And then we can go ahead and add our tacos. Okay, and then I'm going to pop up my last set of leaves. I just layered them together, kind of crisscrossing them. Then we can add these as well. How fun is that? Let's add some red and yellow. The red are my red color stencil gems, and then the yellow tone is Aura. So I love that there's different sizes, and I want to put the largest one of red in my flower. Actually, that's all I'm going to do. I think simple is good for this card. And then that will finish my card today using the Spellbinders Large Die of the Month Club Kit for July 2022. It's called Food Truck, and I didn't use the food truck, again, which is super cute, but I wanted to show you an alternate way that you could use those tacos. I think that's a fun card, and I hope you have a fabulous day. Thanks for joining me. Have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.